Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have another Madden 24 video. Now this is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be going over the roster update and future plans going forward. Of course, I haven't posted any videos, maybe one roster update video so far for Madden 24. I don't know why I was going to say NBA 2K24. I'm not on NBA 2K24. I'm on Madden 24, you dumb bitch. But let's get over some things. Yes, my roster is going to be for PS5 again. Sorry. I'm more willing to probably work on multiple rosters on 2K just because of how fast-paced they are, how easy they are to create in, simplistic terms. You don't have to get, ages redone. You don't have to do contracts and all that fun stuff. But Madden just takes forever, whether it's, changing accessories, changing jersey numbers, moving players, getting their contracts, trying to fix them, all this and that. It's a lot of work, just saying. I know last year, the amount of time, if you look at my old Madden hours from last year on Madden 23, you would be looking at it being like, what the fuck? Half of it was probably spent in the roster creator and roster editor, just because I had to spend that much time. And let's get into things. So first, you're going to want to hit the Creation Center and then go to Share and Manage Files here at the end. Creation Center should pop up next to Ray Lewis, Share and Manage Files, and then you want to go to Download Community Files. Now, of course, with the Download Community Files, you can search by, date, content ID, download. I'm not going to be high up on the downloads. I'm just not. I haven't been updating, the roster, and I don't think a whole ton of people have been really wanting to look for rosters either at the moment. I'm not going to be high up. I know it. I only have 5,000, downloads or whatever. And it's not because I've been posting stuff and people just have better rosters, in my opinion. It's mainly because like I said, I haven't been posting rosters. There's nothing for me to post. Besides some position changes and, getting rid of a couple people or putting people in retirement or whatever, there's not a whole ton to do with rosters during the season, Matt. EA updates the overalls, and those are the ones that I normally like to play with. And here you guys go. It's Madden 25 and Madden 24 roster update. They're going to be the same throughout the year. The information just is a little different right now. You can download whichever one you want. I already have them, so I'm not going to download it. If you already have it, download it and just overwrite the old file. You won't need the old one unless you want the old one. And then all you have to do is come over here and... I've downloaded probably 10 or so of the top current rosters in terms of, current, actual rosters, not like CFMB Lite and, college stuff or any of that stuff or older, or, the people that do the older rosters. Like I said, there's just not much to update. There just isn't. So there's no reason for me to put out a video being like, hey, EA updated this. You guys don't give a fuck about that. And besides, I will say there are some overalls that I do want to change if you guys would be willing to let me change. It's mainly backup quarterbacks and other quarterbacks around that market. Like the fact that they dropped Dorian Thompson-Robinson so low so fast, but PJ Walker got benched and cut. Jeff Driscoll hadn't been on a team all fucking year. Tyson Bagent, I know he didn't play particularly great, but he didn't play downright fucking awful at a 56. Do you think McCarron is better than him at this current moment? I don't think so. Kyle Trask, who's never touched a fucking field, is a higher overall. So there are some discrepancies that I don't particularly enjoy. I'm not saying I'm going to change them, but I would like to, if you guys would be willing to let me do that. They're not going to be crazy changes. It's not going to be like changing all the Bears players to 90 pluses, but it should influence a couple things going forward. And this video mainly is for hey, I'm going to be making roster updates sometime in the future. And it's mainly just, hey, I'm going to be doing roster updates. It's going to be mainly in the off season. Once the season is done, that's when we'll get a lot of the stuff started. I think my first roster update after the season ends, after the Super Bowl, will be a lot of the future reserve contracts. So yeah, like I was saying, it'll be a lot of the future reserves. There'll be a lot of that type of stuff more than anything. The only big change I made is move Taysom Hill to fullback. This way, if you do use him, you can put him in the backfield. With him being a tight end, you can only put him at the tight end spot and the receiver spot. At least with fullback, you can put him at tight end. You can put him at running back. You can have him at fullback. All that fun stuff. It creates a little bit more utility out of him since he is put in the backfield quite a bit. Jalen Samuels is always one where you can move him to fullback and he becomes a really good utility back. Not really anything else has happened, just putting that out there. Like I said, a lot of stuff's going to happen during the offseason. There's not much for me to do in the season. Plus, I don't want to put a whole ton of work into the roster and then all the injuries be removed after the Super Bowl. That's something they normally do. It's whether, depending on when they actually do release that roster. I have no idea, as I have no internal workings in EA. And I would assume if EA even knows about me, they probably don't like me for how much shit talking I've done over the last year. But like I said, there's not a whole ton of work to do. There's nothing for me to do currently. Like I said, I'm going to do future reserves once the season ends. And then we'll do, of course, free agency. I'll try to release as many of the high-end players as possible. I'll try to get a lot of stuff done in the offseason. I'll try to fix some contracts, if anything, people that are going into their last year, stuff like that. Like I said, there's just not much to do. I don't really understand what people want. People have been asking me, when are you going to bring back the Madden 24 roster updates and stuff like that. There's just not a whole ton to do, right? I don't change overalls. As much as I disagree with EA and how much I want to change some overalls in the game, whether it's the backup quarterbacks, the running backs, just various different people, I don't. It's just not my thing right now. I don't think my word is gospel. I don't think it is. And I'll go over some stuff right now. When the draft does come around, there is going to be some changes going into this year. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to still base it off of the when you're picked is your overall and some of that stuff that I've done in the past. When you're picked is based off your overall. If you haven't been around for that stuff, basically how the roster works for the NFL draft is I'll go through. I will create as many rookies as I can from pick 1 to pick whatever. Last year I was able to get to 206 before the create player option stopped working. Hopefully I can get about that far again. So that is like 6th round, if I remember correctly. Late 6th or early 7th. No, mid 6th, I think it was. Somewhere around there. I'm going to try to get to that again, like I said. But, of course, Madden changes stuff every year. Overalls are based off of when you were drafted, not what I think of the player. Ratings, I'm not basing off the combine. I hate when people ask if I'm going to base the ratings, speed ratings, all that fun stuff off the combine. No. Because we've seen it before. People have tested really good at the combine and then they look slow in the NFL. People have tested really bad at the combine and have looked pretty fast. I'm looking at Puka Nacua. I'm looking at Jake Bobo. I'm looking at all the guys that haven't tested well but still play well in the NFL. Oh, you think speed's fast? Dre Archer's out of the league, big dog. He's one of the fastest 4-yard guys. I'm not saying, you shouldn't look at the combine and go, hey, these guys put up some pretty insane numbers here or there. But I'm just saying the combine isn't the end-all, be-all. I'm going to base my ratings off of what I see, of course, and I have to be unbiased, and that is why I do overalls by when you are drafted. Now, some things might change, especially with quarterbacks and other positions. I haven't completely decided on how I'm going to work it yet, but of course I will be doing the draft. I will be doing free agency. I will be doing trades. I will be doing just about anything I'm allowed to do on this roster. Now, of course, like I've said before, Madden doesn't give me a whole ton of tools. Just putting that out there. I can't change a lot of stuff. I can't change age. I can't change contracts. To the best of my ability anyway. The only thing I can really do is change somebody's position to make them a lower overall, sign them to a 1-year deal, and put them back on the team. But the 1-year deal is like $1 million at most. And then, if they're certain overall, it's 60 to 74. It's 60 to 74. They get a 2-year, 59 and below. They get a 1-year, and anything above 75, they get a 3-year. Now, of course, the overalls in between those ranges, of course, will always determine how much money you're getting. I think at a certain point it does stop. I think the lowest amount you can give a player is like $890K, and that's like 40 overall or something like that. Like I said, I will try my best to get a lot of this stuff done. Of course, Madden doesn't limit me in what I'm able to do. And one thing I'm really not looking forward to is creating all these rookies and a lot of the rookies taking forever. It took a lot of time last year just based off of, I had to go in, I had to get all their information, their birthday, their name, their number, their weight, height, college, hometown, all this fun stuff, and then I had to look at, a little bit of film and be like, hey, I think this dude has 92 speed, and he's not the fastest accelerator, so we're going to give 89 acceleration. He's pretty agile, give him 91, all this and that. And it already took a long time last year. It's taking about 5 minutes a player, at minimum 5 minutes a player. That's being generous. That's like for the 4th and 5th round guys that, I had to give, whether it was more athletic traits or more, knowledge-based players, I guess you could call them. It will change a lot about how I'm going to do stuff, especially with the new edit gear section, which completely still sucks ass. I'm still on that train. The edit gear menus are the worst thing added to Madden this year, and it's not even fucking close. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video or any of the videos here on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. If you guys want to be notified anytime I post a new roster update, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. I will notify you anytime I post a video. Of course, I'm going to try to get more Madden-related content filmed as well, whether it's Titans franchise or any more rebuilds. I'm going to try to do a lot going into this offseason. Hopefully, I'll find a little bit more time to record. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video or any of the videos here on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you guys stick around and subscribe. And I'll be back with more videos like this. Of course, I will notify you guys when I do make my first real roster update here in the future. I'm out. Peace.